Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is called Speaking to John Santamar. Now yeah, speaking to me, watching a video by John Santamar, and I have a request. I told you, anytime you guys make a request, anytime, I'll make that movie. If you're like, yo, I wonder why you blah blah blah, I'll make a whole video on that, you know what I mean? So other people can know the answer too, you know what I mean? And I just met a good friend, you know, I did something, I took a chance, you know, because I told all you guys, this is how I kind of socialize. I have one friend, I just came back from him. I have one friend that I hang out with. Other than that, you know, I don't really hang out with many people because I don't want to be around certain stuff, you know. And I took a chance, you know, because I went on Facebook, which I barely use. I only put my videos on there. That's why sometimes I don't notice people trying to talk to me on Facebook, you know. But whatever. I went to the area where it says the friends that they're requesting, like suggesting for me, and I found a girl, and she was into stuff that my baby sister was into. So it gave me something to break the ice to, because at the time, I mean, now I know I went to school with her, but at the time I thought she was a stranger. So I hit her up first to break the ice. I just was talking about her job and my baby sister, how good she is with the work she does, and she should check it out, and blah, 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 blah. And I said, okay, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, the whole reason why I'm here is because I'm looking for a friend, you know what I mean? And I figured if, you know, I'd break the ice and talk about that first instead of jumping right in. I was like, I hope this ain't weird, and please, if you're uncomfortable, don't worry, I won't hit you up again at all, unless you hit me back up. You won't hear from me ever again. And she did, and we've been talking, you know, as friends, because she's got a man. I respect that, you know, talking as friends. All, you know, kind not all the time, but, you know, we're talking. You know, she's learning about me. She's learning like my lifestyle, and this is what she asked. She's like, "What?" I'm kind of trying to find out what got you into everything. You know what I mean? Into stuff you did, and that's what this video is about. How I got into drugs and crime and all that stuff. It all started, you know, back in when I was like 12 or whatever. And, you know, I'd hang out. I lived right by the 7-Eleven, you know. All the kids, there'd be 40 kids, you know, all the cool kids or whatever. We'd all hang out and we'd drink 40 ounces of Old English, you know, OE and, you know, St. Ides, or, you know what I'm talking about. And, scrub and change, you know, like, because we got high, because we were smoking bud, it'd be 50 cents for a brownie. Yo, you got a dollar, you got 50 cents, you know, scrub and change. But yeah, that's what got me started with the drugs. You know, I mean, smoking weed and drinking, like, that was nothing to me. You know, we would do a lot of it. And also, if you guys remember, the ones that went to school with me, you know, around ninth grade, everybody sold acid. Even I sold acid. They were like, you can get a sheet for $100 and sell each hit for $5. So you make $400 off one sheet. Now they probably, I don't even know where to find any, but you know, back then everybody had acid. You know, so I did tons and tons and tons of acid around ninth grade. So seventh grade I started smoking weed and drinking. Ninth grade acid. And then like when I was around ninth grade, I stopped going to school. Like I'd go to school every day, but I would never go in. I cut all the time because I skipped the grade when I was in eighth. When I was in eighth grade, I got high school credits. You know what I mean? Because I was taking ninth grade classes already, so I didn't give a fuck. Because if I got left back, I'd just be in my own grade. Plus the summer school, you know. So I would go because everybody's at work and school, and just rob houses. You know, that's how I got into it. You know what I mean? Like I got into it by thinking I'm walking home all day, every day, and nobody's home in these houses, and not for drugs. I didn't have. You know, this was just because I had a bad behavior. I didn't think. You know what I mean? Like, and I wanted the free money, you know, free stuff. So I started robbing houses. You know, that's how the house. You know, and I got arrested. I started getting arrested for house burglaries, but then I noticed at that age, you don't go to the precinct and the cops call your parents, and your parents pick you up and you go home. Like I was like, yo, that's nothing. Like, what the fuck? So I just kept doing it. And then that became like my MO. You know, I started getting arrested. I have a serious child record. It's sealed, but a serious one. And I got put away for 15 months, for 14 and a half, or around 14 when I was 15. I was going to get this little stupid probably thing out. I went to Outreach House, you know what I mean? As a consequence, I had a chance to go to prison for all my burglaries, for younger adolescent prison, or do that program. And I was crying. I ain't gonna lie. I was crying. I was scared to death at 15 to go to prison. So I chose that. I was court mandated. So I finished it, and within a week I went right back to smoking. You know, and then I was almost 17. So I turned 17, and I robbed another house, and I got rattled on. I won't say their names. Fuck it. You know what I mean? It's irrelevant now. But I got rattled on by the two people that got caught for it. It was me and two other people. I didn't get caught. I got rattled out by them. So I got arrested for that. And I got YO status because they arrested me when I was 18, but the crime happened when I was 17. So I got YO status for that. Around that time I started trying ecstasy because a couple people were doing ecstasy and just hanging out at the school and loving it. And I was like, yo, I got to try it. I tried that. I did that. I did a little bit of coke, you know, and didn't have a habit, just would do some coke. And then everything was kind of, I graduated school. I did graduate in 98, you know, from night school. And I was just doing the same stuff, the same drugs, same stuff. I stopped robbing houses because I was like, all right, I don't want to get in any more trouble. And then when I was 22, I met my now ex-wife, you know, and she kept me in line. I ain't gonna lie. She kept me totally in line. Like, you're not going to your friends. You're not doing this. You're not doing drugs. You're not, you know. She kept me in line. I ain't gonna lie. Not in a bad way. She was good. She kept me in line. But there was one time we needed money. She was pregnant. I had my apartment money, my car money, and I just needed the money. So I was like, I had a hustle where I'd steal air conditioning condensers, the outside units, cut the lines, you know, from new constructions. Believe it or not, it was on board when they were making that stuff that's by Old Town, that development area right there. That's what I got arrested for when they were making that. I would snip the one line, or two lines, and just boom, I'd take like 4 of them at a time, and I would get 700 per thing, per unit. I would 714, 20, $2,800, not even doing nothing really. It's not that hard. So I told her, yo, I got that hustle. I'm going to do it. She was telling me, don't. She was crying. I said, yo, I won't get caught. Don't worry about it. And I got this idiot to borrow. He was supposed to borrow a truck because we need a truck to put it in the back. And I said, that guy's not allowed to come. I don't want a lot of people. He let the guy come. And we did good in the beginning. We were up to 6 or 7. I kept putting them in the woods in between Hawkins and the church. And then when we went back, we were coming back again, and we got pulled over. And I was like, don't say shit. I was like, do not say shit because we don't have nothing on us. Do not say nothing. They got the wrong guys. If that's what they think we're here, we got nothing. So that's what I said. I said, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about because the truck was seen taking the condensers. I was like, no, we don't got any. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, why do you got plumbing tools then? I was like, because I'm a plumber. Look at me. That's why I'm a little fucking dirty. I just got off work and they would bring me to get something to eat, like from 7-Eleven. Like, what's the problem? And then we went to the precinct. The cop told me, he's like, yo, it looks like you're going to get out of here in a little bit. You just got to hold tight. And then he went back to those two guys. They weren't together, but those two guys. Then came back to me. He goes, you fucking lied. Now you're going to stay here all fucking night in that chair. You're getting locked up and arrested for it because they told. You know what I mean? They told on me. You know, it's one thing if you say you did it. But when you bring my name into things, it's like you're a fucking, you're a bitch. You're a straight up bitch. You know what I mean? You're not even a girl. You're a bitch. You know what I mean? So, you know, I got arrested for that. My mother-in-law, at the time, my mother-in-law and my dad bailed me out. And I did no jail time for it. I got probation, and I fucked probation up, had to do jail time. blah, blah, blah. And then once my ex-wife and me split up, I was doing coke here and there, but then I was like, fuck it, let me start cooking it up. Let me start cooking that shit up. And I would cook it up and smoke it, because I was like, everybody knows, because you're always sniffling. If you don't sniffle, it drips down. Smoking, no one would know you did anything. And I started smoking crack. Fuck cooking up. Let me just buy it off people. And I started smoking. I think I started smoking in 2000. Well, actually, right after I split up from my wife, I dated a girl that didn't do none of that stuff, that looked like a movie, video, like a model. She was super skinny. She had a bandana for a top, hair below her ass. Like, the pussy was great. Like, I was pussy wood. You know what I mean? That was the first and only time I was. And I would only drink and smoke pot when I was with her. I was with her for like a year. But after I left her, no, it was before her. Before her, I'm sorry. Before her, when I first split with my wife, that's when I started smoking crack. I only smoked crack for a year and a half. And then I met that girl. So for that year, I didn't do nothing. And then she got me locked up because I had a bench warrant for 511s for driving without a license. And I broke up with her after we were together a year because she was just abusive and just weird. And then she's like, oh, you want to play with me? 911. I told the story. She said, I got bench warrants and this is where I am. And I beat her up. And so I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So I was standing right there. If I beat her up, I take the phone, I was like, I don't care. I'll get the fucking warrant over with. And they looked at me and I was all fucked up. Because she did. She fucked me up because it was coming in through the window. And she's a little girl and there was nothing wrong with her. So like, either we're going to lock you both up or none at all. We're going to tell her. They came to me and so they said that. But then when they came back, they said, this is how you spell your name. This is your birthday. That's what she said. I said, no. That's a fake name and fake birthday. This is my real last name, real birthday. And he's like, you better not lie. I was like, the warrants will come up on that. What do you, come on. And they did. And, all I did was I got a menacing and a fucking, I had to do my 511 time. So after her, I started dating this young girl. And I even moved in her house, like I was the man in the house. It was good there. It was good there. And I started doing dope. I started doing dope right before her, actually, like literally right before her. And I started doing it, and she didn't like how I do it. She was like, yo, like, get off it, like stop. And I'd be like, yo, I will. But then eventually I was like, yo, I can't right now. You know what I mean? Eventually I'll go to a place, but right now I can't. And I was buying and selling cars on Craigslist, and I was making good money, making real good money. But then I couldn't keep up my habit because I was buying a lot of dope. And you guys know how much it costs, And I wasn't buying grams, which would be smarter. I was buying the bundles, and it adds up when you're doing a whole bunch of bundles every single day. And you're not selling a car every single day. But, so I told her, I said, yo, I'm going to rob your neighbor's house. Just watch my back. So I robbed the neighbors, got whole jewelry, and then that's how it all started. I robbed like fucking 25 houses. Like I was going to work, all over her neighborhood. Her neighborhood. I robbed her entire neighborhood. I made good fucking money. Some houses I didn't make good money, I'll admit, but I made good money on the first two, I think, or first three, like thousands. Cause I would only take the jewelry and money. That's it. Jewelry box, I dumped, put it in a school bag, and any money I found. I wouldn't take nothing else. No computer, nothing. I want to get in and get the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? So after that, I got arrested, you know what I mean? And I had to come off the dope in jail in 2009, and it was rough. It was definitely rough. And I didn't sleep for 2 months. I stopped feeling sick after a certain time, but I still didn't sleep. It took me 2 months to finally sleep normally. But then I went upstate. First I was going to get 9 years, but I got 3, and fighting it for a year with George Duncan or Bill Duncan or whatever, Keon's son-in-law. And you guys know who Keon is. Keon is like top notch. He does the mafia. He represents mafia sometimes. But I did those years, came back, robbed another house to help someone pay their rent. His half of the rent, because he does dope and he shot his half of the rent. I was like, yo, let's go get fucking money the way I do it. It works. As long as I don't get ratted out, you my man. You ain't gonna tell. So we robbed the house. I cut my hand on the fucking window as I broke the glass. I pulled my hand back. I had gloves on, but it pulled the glove back and I got a cut like right here. and it wasn't deep, but it wouldn't stop bleeding. But so I pulled the glove up higher, but I wiped it all off first, and then I made sure I looked everywhere, make sure I wasn't dripping nothing. And when we left, I think we got 2,200 or something, a little bit of jewelry, something like that. And what do you call it? I go for a violation. I'm up on a violation. I go back down here to fight another burglary. All of a sudden, I couldn't fucking believe it. And they gave me 5 more years, added consecutive. Just the violation don't count to nothing because you got 5 years parole all over again. You know, you start from the beginning. So all that jail time counted to nothing. So I got 5 years added. So I maxed out on that. You know, with fighting and just misbehavior, I maxed out on that because you can either be, I already told you, a sheep or a wolf, and there's no way. Like I was doing it. I'll get people that I talk to that you guys know. I'm not gonna say his name. He could say, yo, he was definitely fighting. Definitely fighting. I don't care if you gang member, I don't give a fuck what you were. You know, because back at that time I was still rapping, you know what I mean? Like I fucking said it before. Like, de corazón, uno punto cincuenta. That's what my fucking the thing says. DC 150, de corazón, and 150, uno punto cincuenta, 150% of my heart, man. You know, that's what I was back then. But I'm 40 years old now. You're lame if you're trying to claim anything at 40. So I'm nothing. But you know. That's, you know, after doing all that, basically, that was basically 9 years almost straight, because it was like barely any time in the street. So when I came out, I was like, enough, that's enough. So I stopped doing it. I was doing good. I was doing real good. I was showing up to parole every 2 months. I was doing good. I lasted 7 months, no hiccups. Finished the outpatient, everything's good. On the way home from parole, I got caught in my own Suboxone in my wallet. I had a script for it. I mean, it was mine. And the state troopers, I told the story. It was a girl first, and the girl I was set up. But they thought I had like dope and all this stuff, and all I had was my meds. So they locked me up, I had my meds. Like, if it's yours, the courts will release you. But I violated parole because of that, because I broke curfew. You know, it's just stupid. And then when that happened, that's when this happened. So if these assholes never locked me up, you know what I mean, I would have never got, you know, assaulted and having problems for the rest of my life. And I'm telling you, I was going to make a video, but I'll put it in here. Next week, I'm actually going in for surgery for this right here. My brain surgeon is bringing the plastic surgeon. I'm going into the hospital Wednesday. I'm getting the surgery Thursday next week. I'm not going to have that no more. My head's going to look totally, I mean, I don't have a scar, but my head's going to look totally normal. So I'm happy about that. You know, I'm real happy. And I figured I'd tell you guys. Instead of making the 2 movies like back to back, I'll tell you now. You know, so I'm happy. I'll never have to worry about it's not looking that bad right now anyway, but I'll never have to worry about that. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't, that's why I don't flirt with girls like I used to. I don't do that stuff because I feel like they're going to judge me. You know what I mean? Like, you can wear a hat and you don't know nothing. The second you take your hat off, you know, they're going to know. But whatever. But that was my story. That's how I got into it. I got into it because I was always bad. Even at 7 years old, I sent someone to the hospital. 7 years old, Hawkins Pass School. I threw a stick this big, into Bobby Ray. I think I told that story. And I hit him in the head, put him down. They had to bring an ambulance to Hawkins Path onto the property. Got a couple stitches. I'd see people like talk, like Sykes or something, to talk, because they thought I was crazy for doing that. And I set the woods on fire, was told on behind Hawkins Path with a couple other people. You know, I was always bad. You know what I mean? Because that was what all the cool kids were doing. I was considered cool, and you know, like, and that's why I always fought when I was in school, because the cool kids were the ones that were tough. Like, I don't even want to say the names of the people, but there was, you know who the cool kids were, and those were the kids that fought. You know what I mean? And if you guys remember, in 8th grade, I fought right in the fucking cafeteria in front of everybody, and I fought one of the good fighters, and I fucking won. I had him fucking crying, because he pushed me, I pushed him. He pushed me, I pushed him back, and I know he was only going to push me, so I just fucking cracked him in the face, and then I cracked him again, and cracked him again. And then we got broken up. I got broken up by a female, by the gym teacher. He got broken up by a female. He knocked her on the floor by doing that, so he got suspended for like a day or two more than me. And then he came to me. My hands were held behind my back, hit me once and once on each side of the temple, and he got taken away from me again. I was like, yo, this is the second suspension. So I put my hands up, and it put me up. I'm like, yo, John could really fight. You know, I was always up there, but after I beat him, you know, they were like, he could really fight. But that's my story. That's how I got it. You know, I was always trying to be cool, and it's not cool. I'm telling you guys right now. I'm making this video to let you guys know. All right, I only got a little time to make you guys know that wasn't cool. You know, all the cool people were the people that were nerds. People that were nerds back then that we consider nerds, those are the cool people now. Because now they own houses, they own 2 cars, they own so much stuff. And they got a family, they got the white picket fence dream. So those were the cool people. And I wish I knew that back then. I know that now. You know what I mean? So I have no problem hanging out with someone who back then was considered a nerd. Because I'm a nerd. Because I showed you guys my entire books. I read these. And look, the Egyptian... the all-seeing eye of Horus, you know what I mean? And like, I got the tattoo of it when I was in prison. It didn't get finished, but look, the same thing. I'm so much into it, you know. I'm a fucking nerd, you know. But whatever. Figured I'd tell you guys that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something from it, and that's it. I hope you guys have a safe and wonderful evening. All right, bye bye.